Let's do a oh yeah. Let's do a mic check. Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Hello guys. So yeah, we're just waiting for. I'll call Ro in 5 minutes. All right. Yeah. I've called right.
Yo.
Yo. Let me turn off the title card, and here we are. How do you like this setup? I'm not sure if you're watching the stream as well. But
I need to pull it up. My Chrome just crashed. Give me
oh
a
no,
second.
no, yeah, take your time.
All right, I see it. Cool.
Okay, yeah, I can turn off this thing. But yeah, if I'll still read the chat if anything. Wait, I could still read chat with my OBS. How do I read chat?
Yo, thanks for setting this thing up.
Oh yeah, oh no worries. I enjoy like doing this actually. Like I learn a lot just like by just setting like how do you put stream and make sure things work. There's a lot of neat stuff going
Yeah.
on. Yeah. All right.
No, I mean like just setting up the Q&A in general.
Oh okay. Oh yeah. My pleasure. It's also nice to see. It's nice having you here as well. Okay, it's now 2 o'clock my time. Is it 1 a.m. your time there?
No, it's 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Oh yeah, okay, we're on a 12-hour difference. Why did they say? Oh, okay, well, in that case, thank you everyone for joining. Whoever's on live chat, yeah, you guys can. I'll read chat. I'll make some, prop it up somewhere. But yeah, this is the live stream for Q&A for Raincheck and Cienie, two furry visual novels. It's also like part of our collaboration. We're working on some things together. There'll be more like, but for now, I think we'll talk about the collab first. But I think for now, I want to like introduce who we are. Like my name is Ben Bintrong from Cienie. I'm the co-creator of like Cienie. It's a visual novel set in near Poland. So it's a Polish visual novel about Thomas, a black cat who is investigating some disappearance cases in his town. And joining me, we have Rue or Rat K9. That's his at.
Hello.
Hello. Do you want to talk a bit about like your visual novel?
Yeah, sure. I have a visual novel called Raincheck. Mystery thriller. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely check it out. It's mainly about Theodore, who's like a tiger who's on vacation, and then things go for a turn of the worst, and he gets wrapped up in an investigation.
Nice. So I guess by what you said, like you can tell like both our visual novels have like the same genre, which is like mystery, also thriller.
Yeah.
So you reach out first. You reach out to me first, right? For this like collab thing.
Yeah, because actually, I saw that you guys had, what was it? I saw that you guys were releasing Cienie, and then I think ever since the first build, I've had people ask me like, and also tell me about Cienie, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. And also, this type of genre is like not really explored in the fandom. So I just decided to reach out to you. And I was like, hey, we have, pretty similar styles in terms of the genre for the VN. You want to do something together for that?
Yeah, sure. And I just said yes, why not? Like I also read like Raincheck before that, and when I got a bit scared. Like, I think you reached out to Joe first, isn't it? Like and then but yeah, I'm
I reached out to him because his name was first
Yeah, fair.
in
Yeah.
the itch page.
Mhm. But yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, like Armor, Stranger is the co-creator of Cienie as well. Like me, he and I, like we worked on this together. But yeah, he can't join it because it's now like 8 a.m. He's still sleeping. I don't think he's awake yet. But yeah, he'll definitely work on this. In the background when we do our collabs and stuff. But yeah, for now, you have me, and so I guess yeah, that I think we've done our introduction, so we can go straight on to our talk about our collab. So basically, this collaboration is like we're planning a few things. For example, there'll be art collabs. So basically, like I might draw characters from Raincheck and have them together with like characters from like Cienie as well. And then we're also working on a spin-off visual novel that combines like characters from Raincheck and Cienie. It will be like a spin-off, so it's not like it's non-canon as well. Don't so you don't need to know. Let's say you've only read Cienie or you've only read Raincheck. You don't have to read the other visual novel to be able to like understand the plot. It's gonna be a standalone thing, right? Is it right, Ru?
Yeah, but even if you haven't read one or the other, you should check out Cienie as well, or Raincheck.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We're like it's like we're like self-promoting. Like yeah, we're like, hey guys, read the other one. Yeah, so
You should check out Cienie. It's great.
yeah, I love Raincheck. There we go. So yeah, but for today we'll be just answering like Q&As for people who've asked us like since last month. Like you guys asked on like I've made like a Google form and it gets filled in. So we have like about 30 plus questions, but we're picking the ones where you guys consent for us to read it out loud for live stream. So if you said no, then yeah, we won't be reading that. Also, if you don't give your names, then we know you're being anonymous, and so we'll just won't mention your name. All right, let's start with that. So I have given you the links, and when it like the, but I'll pop up the question here. If
Sure.
I can find it.
I'm just saying, I looked over some of these questions. Yo, how come your questions are so tame and my questions are so crazy?
Well, I guess it's the niche of like our.
That's crazy.
There we go. Okay, Q&A time. Yeah, nice. This one. Yeah, this is for both of us. This is from Kit. What's the collaboration going to be about? So, you wanna just like in brief, just tell Kit what what you have in plan.
Sure. So, without giving too much away, I think what we want to do is we're going to have a collab for the story. Okay, so in terms of the story, we're planning on having a story. I don't know how long yet, but it's going to be a standalone thing. And we're going to have a bunch of the characters from the world of Cienie and also Raincheck, and put them in a scenario where I think it would be interesting to see how they all interact with each other.
Hmm. Yeah. And
And
also yeah. Sorry. Go on.
oh no, I was gonna say yeah, and Ben, as mentioned, we're probably gonna do some art for the characters as well.
Oh yeah. So you might see like art from me or like in Chinese style of like Ranger characters and vice versa. I'm also interested to see. Right, I guess that answers it. Next. From Danny less than 3 or Danny Hart. Will this collab be presented as part of the main story, or characters from other visual novel join the cast, or will it be entirely contained, non-canon, etc.? Yeah. So I think it will be mostly the latter. So it will be like non-canon, a side story. Though it doesn't affect like the whole main plot. Whatever happens in the main visual novel won't affect or won't be influenced by this this side story, this spin-off, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. All right, I can't. Okay, that's quick. We'll move on. From anonymous, what is the collab going to be consist of? Are we gonna get some crossovers or extras in both? So definitely crossovers, right? What about extras? If you mean extra characters, then uh, I think when it comes to extra characters, maybe there will be like NPCs or like or supporting characters where the main cast will interact in the game, in the visual novel, in the spin-off visual
Yeah.
novel.
I think we might design some
Hmm.
characters, some side characters just
Hmm.
for the crossover,
Yeah,
but I think for the most part we're gonna focus on the core cast
yeah, definitely.
of our of the stories.
Hmm. Yeah. Uh, then I think this is the Raincheck. Of course. Is Monty a top or bottom row?
Oh my god. Yo, I saw this question earlier. I was like, I just
You want to skip it?
no, I don't. I literally I just wrote down
Mhm.
he is a big beautiful boar. I
Oh,
hope that
wonderful.
answers the question.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like when it comes to like, it's not like we don't get this kind of question as well for Cienie. People did wonder like what Yakub, one of the characters, if he was or if Tom, if the main character Tom is top or bottom. During one of the scenes, right? They were doing some sexy time with Yakub. So, but like we didn't like explicitly like mention about the scene. So we leave it up to people's imagination. It is implied that Yakub got a bit sore after the whole like sexy time. Uh, but that's about it, right? Yeah. Okay. Next up is this is from anonymous as well. Oh, okay. This is another one for you, Rachel. What position did Magnus perform
Oh
with
my god,
Javier? This is
dude.
this.
I also saw this question right after the
Mhm.
Monty one. I all I can um I it's not explicitly stated in the story, but because it's something that happens off screen.
Mhm.
But actually, I don't even know if this is. I left it up to interpretation about what
Mhm.
Magnus and Javier did off screen. So if honestly, whatever your headcanon is, it probably would fit.
Yeah, I
I
like.
there's not much to disclose for this one because it's not really uh plot relevant to Raincheck,
Mhm.
but if I don't know, it's kind of funny to imagine Javier as a top because he's so short.
Well, is a short top. Is that like a you could be like a
It's
power bottom, whatever.
someone's kink out there.
Mhm. Right, moving on. This is from Monty Kai. Is the collab going to be short or long story between the characters, solving one mystery while fighting their past memory and trauma, figuratively and literally, or an art/animation? Is Monty okay? You can you can get me later. So yeah, definitely there's like a Monty fan. As much as I can say, the collab will be, we I don't think we'll. I mean, I guess it's gonna be like a multiple build kind of thing. It's probably like once we're finished, we're gonna just release it, and yeah, it's gonna be like very short, contained, unless we have other plans. Um, so it will be like focus on one mystery, one like sort of like sort of say event, right? Uh,
Yep.
and I guess when it comes to like talking about their backstories, we'll try to avoid as much as we can, honestly, because we want you to experience their backstories in the main visual novel. So this is just sort of like, think of it as like these characters are like, they have like certain attributes, and we're just like role playing them, seeing like what happens when they're all together, right? Yeah, yeah. You want to add
Yeah.
anything?
I think that's a good way to explain it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not because the collab's gonna take a lot of our time, so I don't think we're gonna do anything more than just a standalone build. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can think of it like I don't know. What does TSR do? Like TSR has like a summer story. It's basically
Mm-hmm.
that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just a collab between the two of us. I
Oh, makes
think
sense.
it might change depending, but I'm pretty sure we're just gonna stick to one build.
Mm-hmm. So when you're talking about the side story thing, we decided not to give an exact date when we'll release it because we also want to emphasize that this collab thing is not like, although like people are looking forward to it, but like our main focus is our own visual novel. So let's say we always prioritize like the our visual novel. So for example, if Cienie needs to be released first, then we have to focus on Cienie, and still and also goes to like Ro as well, like your Raincheck visual novel. So we're not pressuring each other like, hey, we need to finish this spin-off, otherwise, it's definitely like we have to make sure that our own visual novels are taken care of first before we can like make sure that this we have time to work on this. Yeah, I think that's what we agreed on, right?
Yeah. We
Mm.
should prioritize our VNs first before
Mm.
we work on this.
Okay. Next up, this is from Axel to Raincheck. To Javier, what kind of tacos do you like? Soft or hard?
I think Javier being a true Mexican, being born in Mexico, I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure most of their tacos are soft.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as a hard shelled taco.
Is that like an American invention or?
I don't know, but all I know is that most tacos are soft.
Okay. Yeah. I
So
mean,
I'm
if
pretty sure
yeah.
he like the taco soft, yeah.
I mean, I guess I do like both versions. Depends on like my kind of mood, like what mood I have like during the day. All right. This is from Pebble the Talks. To ring check. Where did the idea of it being ring check come from? Yeah, I also want to know this.
Oh my god, this is such a big question. Okay, I've said this before to some people in the Raincheck Discord server, but a lot of Raincheck is inspired by okay, so the idea for it, I've always kind of had this idea from playing games growing up like 999
Mm-hmm.
or honestly like a lot of the Tune Spike Soft games. And so uh the idea comes from there, but honestly, a lot of the time in my free time, I like to watch like unsolved mysteries or true crime. So it's just a combination of all that kind of stuff that I like to consume in media. And one day I was just like, wow, I should write something like this for my
Mm-hmm.
VN because I thought about writing Raincheck before initially as like a slice of life, but I just couldn't get the motivation or the idea out. And honestly, the plot was kind of bad. So I was like, okay,
It's
let's
well,
focus on the stuff that I kind of like, which is the true crime and mystery aspect.
yeah. I guess you have to start somewhere. So, oh, also, why do you call it ring check? Is that, do you have like a?
Funny story. I think okay, so the the name for Raincheck, like the VN, was initially supposed to be called. What was it like? Assurance with an A, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but uh, I kind of didn't like it, so I dropped that name, and then I was actually brainstorming for the name for such a long time because like generally most people tell you like you should focus on the name for projects last, and that's what I did. So I did all of
Yeah.
the shit for the VM, and then when it came to like registering the VN name on itch.io, I was stuck on that page for like a week because I was like, I don't know what the fuck to name the VN. And
It's your
eventually
first.
eventually I just came to Raincheck because it was like a one, I guess technically two words, but it's short enough. And I was not
Mm.
a fan of naming my VN like multiple words. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. It's very
Yeah.
snappy.
So
I
I
like it.
was, yeah. I mean, there's no issue with that, but I just
Yeah.
prefer not to name like my VN like a phrase or something.
Makes sense. Yeah, because if you make it a phrase, people end up shortening it. They use like acronyms. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and you have to explain that what is this acronym? What does it stand for? And you need to like do the extra work. Like, all right. Yeah, that kind of clears. That answers my question as well. All right. Next up, this is from Hakuren to both of us, or any. Will this be a one-time collab or several collabs in the future? Either way, I support to both authors. Thank you very much. this collab will be um well, I mean, as long as we have ideas to make like spin-offs and stuff, then we'll make them. If not, then there will be like but you can expect like throughout the whole thing, there will be like some collaborated like fan arts of like both Raincheck and Cienie. So those will be a bit more like frequent because when it comes to like fan arts, like you can always make it like without having to like spend too much time. But when it comes to spin-offs, then yeah, if we have ideas to like work on it, then we'll do it. And as long as we have those ideas, then like when we think like, oh, we want to do it still, then yeah, we'll keep on. But there's no like, but we're not gonna say that, hey, we're done doing this, we're gonna end it. No, we're not gonna say that, I think. So yeah, does that Rad, you want to add anything?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
feel like we're just gonna work on this, and
Mm-hmm.
then if we have any ideas in the future, uh, mainly just depends.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how this collab goes, and we'll play it by ear afterwards. But I feel
Yeah.
like it will be good.
Yeah, we're just playing by ears now, technically. Like. All right. From anonymous to any of both of us. How long was the visual novel under development for before it was released? You want to start with like Raycheck? How long did it take from before you when the inception of like the idea and then the first build?
uh, that's a good question. I always forget this. I think I think it was like a year, give or take a couple of months,
Mm-hmm.
because it was like I had the idea, and the biggest part about creating a VN when you have nothing is
Mm-hmm.
building all the assets.
Oh, true.
Because all the work for the VN is like front loaded. You gotta draw the sprites, you gotta code all the framework for your first build, and then you gotta like, find all the music, and then you gotta write this initial script. And that takes like a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts. So I think like I had the idea, I started writing, and the writing took like a long time for me, like maybe like 4 or 5 months, because I kept iterating over the draft. Like I would write something and then I'd read it and I'd be like, yo, this kind of sucks. And I just scrap it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that happened to like 3, 4 times. And then, yeah, drawing the sprites was also really time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, and don't even get me started on the background assets, dude.
Oh damn.
Getting background assets takes so long.
Mm,
Holy crap. Yeah, so I think for Raincheck it was like a year.
a year. Well, I mean, funny enough, like I know like Genius, like it's only been like less than a year. Like we came out like this new year, right? Our first build, but the whole idea came like I think in during COVID time. Like no, I mean like 2021, 2022. But we started working in 2022, so the idea came out in 2021. We're still dealing with COVID and stuff, so
Yeah.
so it was tough. But like the whole we started working like doing the art starting 2022. And I think we start promoting or like putting teasers 2023. So but by then like we've already but in 2022 we had the idea, but we're still figuring out like the characters, the kind of like species we're gonna do for the cast. We changed Marcus' species like 2 3 times. At one point he was a tiger or something, or he was a cat, right? So it was, yeah, we were researching a lot of things in 2021, but only when during 2023, the final year, we kind of we got like a good script, a good start, and then we just kept on writing and coding. This is when like I had to learn a lot of things as well. Basically, like you said like backgrounds and stuff. Yeah, we learned how to make like nice backgrounds, how to do like filterings and stuff. And also, yeah, 2023 is this year I started making music. Trying to write music like for a project. I mean, I used to do
Dude,
it
it's
like
still crazy to me that you like decide to make music
yeah.
all because of like you're like, I'm not paying a
Yeah, it
subscription
was it
for
was expensive
music.
the first time we commissioned someone, and it wasn't to like what
Oh my
we,
god.
yeah, like it's good like music we commissioned, but
No,
like
that's
it
good.
didn't fit.
That's good.
Yeah, but it didn't fit like our aesthetic or what we want to do for the channel. So I was like, you know what, maybe it's better. Like I know what kind of music I want. I just didn't have the skill, so maybe I should learn to make music and like just do and I use Soundtrap. Like it's a very basic like music making tool. Um, you don't need to know much about like music theory. Just try and making beats and stuff and see what you learn. And then over the time, I also learned like proper music theory, like how to make chords, how to do progressions and stuff like that. Um and and yeah, it worked out. After like a year, we got like a, I think the even the first build we had to use some what's it called, like proprietary music, those free sounds you get. But like then I realized, okay, sooner in build 2 we decided to like change all of those music. We were gonna make our own, and we change, we'll make, everything will be originally like Cienie soundtrack. And yeah, it worked out. So yeah, that was that. And that whole thing, so I'm still learning now, but like I said, it took 2 years from the idea to make Cienie first build. Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough. We'll move to the next one.
Sure.
Yeah. This is from Edward to any or both of us. What is or are the biggest challenges you face while creating the visual novel, either now or so far, or how's it going? How is it going for you, Ro?
Uh, I think some of the biggest challenges, I think it depends, but I think in general the biggest challenge is just like finding time to do work
Oh, true.
and finding the motivation. Like
Mm-hmm.
because like unless you are unemployed and have like
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of free time,
Yeah.
then yeah, finding motivation to get started is the biggest hill to
Mm-hmm.
climb because like I said earlier, creating a VN is really front loaded. So it can seem like a daunting task at first because like you really just have to so you either do everything on your own
Mm-hmm.
or you build a team, right? And you're looking at like, like just listing some stuff that you have to do when you first create a VN, and this list is like not exhaustive, but like some of the major things are like obviously writing the script,
Yep.
um drawing some sprites, learning how to use RenPy or whatever you
Oh,
decide
yeah.
to use to make your VN, right? Like to assemble everything together. And then you will need some music, right? So either make it yourself, like Ben, or you just find music. And you just can't throw in like random music, right? So like you have to find appropriate assets. And finding assets can like be really tricky because when you start like making a game and producing it to people in the public, you have to worry about stuff like copyright. So like you have to find uh royalty free music or royalty free images or stuff like that, or
Yeah, it's
take your
true.
own image. So like it's like a really long list of shit that you got to get started with. And like you can alleviate some of this burden by assembling a team, but when you have a team that has its own issues, like coordinating people to get stuff done for you on time. Because if you have like someone doing something for, like if you have someone writing for you, and then you have someone like, or sorry, not writing, if you have someone like editing
Mm-hmm.
for you, and then you have someone like drawing sprites, and then you have someone
Yeah.
drawing CGs,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone, I don't know, composing music, and you
Mm-hmm.
really need the music, for example, but the dude is just like busy or they're just not doing it and you need to wait for them, like you are at their mercy until like they get it done so that you can push out your next update.
That's true.
Yeah, I think those are just
Mm-hmm.
some of the challenges.
Yeah. I guess if for Chenye, I think during the beginning, like because we were new, right? We just started out making our first build. It's just trying to find our own niche as well. Like we're worried, like there are too many like supernatural visual novels out there, and we're just trying to find ways like how do we make ourselves stand out. Like, and so Arma and I, we started like worrying about like maybe we should make the art style very very like good, and we have to like think about the story. You have to make every character like this like buff and like we're trying to like tick all the boxes and stuff. But what we ended up like realizing is that as long as you're telling like honest story, like an honest, like you want to just tell a story, you want to tell a good story, then yeah, that's all you need basically. Of course the other thing first comes later. That's like what drives people to to read your visual novel. But the challenge for us was like, yeah, because we're new, right? We had to learn RenPy. I knew Python, but like RenPy is like a different beast of Python. Uh, so it was kind of finicky to start learning. But I think now the only challenge is to just uh, basically like overcome the grind, right? Having to overcome the mental block when you're writing. uh so we do have those moments as well. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's like there will be moments where you have gotten a script, but like it's hard to push the story forward. And but yeah, I think like because Armin and I, like, we working it together, so having the discussion was really really beneficial. We just like, even though we don't have ideas to like how to proceed it, we just talk about it. um so yeah, and then the Shabana just said, my professor said to write and leave it for a day to get back to it to see if you still like it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, sometimes you also need to take a break. I think also the challenge is that we didn't take a break. We tried to like work as much as we wanted, and then not realizing that not having breaks will just keep you stuck in your sort of like writer's block, right? Having a break allows you to kind of forget certain things, and you come back and you look at your ideas in like a fresh mind. So that's why, yeah. But yeah, I think now we're just trying to find, like, trying to overcome the like the writer's block for us. Making sure that when we write, we have like we in a state where things are flowing smoothly, and if not, then we'll discuss like how we can make things better. um, so yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I think if you guys want to know more about like the challenge now, you guys can just come to me, like, and ask how my day is. How's the writing going? I'll honestly tell you how it goes. All right, this is from Earl. Any or both. So, what made you think of collab? Why do we want to do collab? What's the? I think you mentioned it just now, right? Um, Main
Yeah,
reason. Yeah.
I kind of touched on it earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but the main reason was personally I haven't really seen many of these like specifically like mystery investigation type of furry visual novels. Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying there's no furry visual novels out there that touch on mystery, but in the sense where
Mm-hmm.
you have private investigators and it has like the whole kind of CSI Miami feel.
Oh yeah, I like
Um,
that.
yeah. Or like, or even like, I guess in terms of Chinya, it's more like X Files. You know what I'm saying? Because you're
Oh
dealing
yeah,
with
I
the
love that.
paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely. So that kind of mystery. And so I reached out to Ben, and we were just saying,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, what do you guys think of a collab? Because I think it would. Because I'm pretty sure there are people in both of our communities that have read our VNs but
Yeah.
have not read the others.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm all for like, expanding the communities and just
Mm-hmm.
having more people read visual novels in general. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, what do you think about having a collab?"
You
And
asked your
then Ben
community
was
first.
like,
That's nice.
"Yeah, let's do it." So I guess we're doing a collab.
I like how you ask consent from your community. Like, hey, I want to collab. Is it okay? And I'm just like, when you came to me, and I was like, yeah, sure. I'm up for it if you have time. And then when I told people like, hey, the collab thing, the announcement, people were like, I didn't know that. Like, they were surprised, like, the whole Cienie readers, but in a good way, of course. Mm. So yeah, definitely like the collab I do want to make, because like I'm also interested in like kind of when I read Raycheck, the kind of science fiction element of it is really interesting. So maybe this is a step for me to like do something similar if I have another project to work on. Uh, but yeah, the main thing is also because we share like the same like genre of like mystery thriller kind of, like visual novel. And so, and also like our writing style is there will be differences, of course, right? Yeah, but at the same time, like, it's not too jarring. I think like if you read like Raincheck and Cienie, you'll see like, because we're from the same genre, you'll see like the same kind of like um writing device that we use, like or like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think both of our VNs are
yeah.
easy to read.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, a lot of our sentence structures are like very objective,
Mm,
because we're trying to state facts because
mm,
it's for the
yeah,
investigation industry.
yeah. Though I do admit I do sometimes go off tangent when it comes to describing the scene. So whenever like there's a scene change, I'll try to describe like every freaking arrangement of leaves, I guess. But just a bit, just a tad, just to like make people feel like you're in the scene, and I'll focus on the characters, what they do, what they how they overcome certain challenges and stuff. But yeah, whenever I write something, I always start with the scene. I'll tell you guys like how the trees are, how the lands, how everything feels, how the crunch of leaves when you walk, right? But then again, I don't want to go overboard. So it's good that we have also like, an editor, which is Rods from Supernova to check over stuff. Um, I'm not sure if we're gonna like when this collab. If he, I guess I'll ask him if he wants to like do a proofreading on our work for the collab. But we'll see. Yeah.
It's
Uh,
okay if they don't do it, I'll
mhm.
do it.
Okay. Yeah. You'll be my yeah. Definitely. We need both sides. Um, Nice. Next up, this is from Anonymous to Raincheck. How many routes or endings will there be?
There's going to be, so currently just finishing up we just finished up Javier's bad ending, and we're gonna be working on Javier's better ending. Uh, but yeah, it's better
Yeah,
than
it's
what
better. I
happened
hope
to
so.
what. It's better, yeah, it's better than what happened to him in the last build. But uh, and then for routes, I'm thinking of doing 3 where we focus on Javier, and then we focus on Ro, and then we focus on Theodore. Um, but that is currently still subjective to change. So because like I currently already have the story mapped out, but I don't know how I want to partition and portray each section of the story. Like, do I want to, you know, tell this part of the story and this person's route, or do I want to disclose this information
Yeah,
in the other route? So yeah, that part's still up in the air.
nice. Hope that answers it. Now, this is from Captain Drake to Cienie. Yeah, this is definitely one of your readers, right? What is Cienie? Is
What
it a
is
vision?
Cienie?
What is Cienie, guys? Is it visual novel too, or something that I don't know? Well, if you don't know, then you should know now. Captain Drake. It's a visual novel. Very visual novel. Cienie means shadow in Polish, so it's a Polish visual novel. And if you haven't read it, then I recommend you to read it. It's our first project, and it's mystery if that's what you like about visual novels. Yeah, that's as much as I can say.
You should
Thanks.
check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that all these are Chenya questions. From Tabibito to Chenya, does it affect the main story? Does it also mean you have to play the other game to understand the collab? You do not need to play the other game to understand the spin-off. But I hope that by having the spin-off story that we're gonna come that's gonna release, people will be more inclined to like play the other game. Like, oh, these characters maybe sound interesting. I want to see what's in their visual novel. So definitely, if you want to know more, definitely read the other. But you don't need to read. Let's say you haven't read Raincheck, you have to read Raincheck first to understand like what's going on in the spin-off. Uh, so, but if you are interested to read the other like visual novel first before reading the collab, then by all means, no one's stopping you. So that's all I can say about Chenye. Yeah, it does affect the main story. Yeah, it doesn't affect the main story as well. Uh, I think because the main story is unrelated to the spin-off, so you can think of it like a what if kind of like a visual novel for the spin-off, right? Okay. Next up is another one from Chenya, Rodrigo Berto. Will there be romance options for Chenya, or will the romance component be absent and slash or linear? Only one love interest. Let me see. Armit did write something on this. Let me see what he said before I add my own thought. Yeah, a lot of people are asking about like roots and stuff like that. This is from Armored Stranger, our co-creator. While romance is mostly a side thing in Cienie, due to Tom's focus on solving the mystery, romance is point-based system. So as a player, you have a final choice regarding romance. Though not all characters are romanceable though. So I think when it comes to characters, there will be choices that you make that will affect the outcomes of whether the character will like you or not. So uh, if you are not showing interest to some character, then you won't get like scenes or parts where they show back, they return those interests back to you. Uh, so not all, and also not all characters are romanceable. To though it's yeah. So not every. For example, Marcus, I don't think Marcus is romanceable. Which is unfortunate for people who want to. But like Marcus is our second protagonist in Chenya, so it's kind of like weird to kind of put him
Yo, I
as
forgot.
romance.
Isn't Marcus married?
Uh no, he's not. But yeah, he
Okay.
yeah.
I'm thinking of another character.
Which one do you thought it was? Like he's the dog. He's the dog detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and Tom's yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. So it's gonna be point based. So um, if you, if you are interested in character, then you should try it as much as you can. Whenever there's a choice, try to pick the best choice to kind of show that oh, Tom is into this character or Tom wants to be more involved with this character, etc. I hope that answers it. Next up, Ayuna to Raincheck. If you had to choose to date someone who would you choose and why? In brackets, role is not included.
That's crazy. Hey, you want to
Yeah.
answer this question first?
Oh, me? It's I mean, honestly, like I think if you in terms of like a really fun time to like for me, like I think I want to like romance David, uh, because he's the kind of like he has the easygoing vibe that I don't know, like it's not because he's rich or anything.
Oh, are you sure?
Although I mean that could be a bonus, right? You know, he can show you like all the cool gadgets he has. But yeah, I think just the vibe that he shares. Like I do want someone who can just be uplifting because I'm always like honestly I'm always like the dreary one in a relationship. I just like complain about my day, so it's nice to have someone who's like, oh, don't be sad. You know, we'll do something fun. So that's me. That's me. I'll go with David.
I see.
What about?
Interesting choice.
Did anyone say David? I don't know. Have you heard?
I don't know, man. David kind
Okay.
of sus, especially if you read the latest updates.
Oof. Well, we'll see. Yeah.
For me, I don't know, man.
Mhm.
I kind of weird to think about this question since
Yeah.
I'm the
Sure.
creator, but if I had to choose, probably someone like I don't know, cause okay, here's the thing.
Mhm.
The character that I would pick is not in the story right now. They're like they
Oh,
come
okay.
later.
Well, we'll look forward to
So,
it then.
but if I had to pick someone that's already in the story, then probably, and that's not Ro, probably like I don't know, the easy cop out answer, Theodore.
And the other protagonist. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, pick Theodore.
All right, let's go to the next one. This is from Clyde to any or both of us. How exactly is this collab going to be going to happen? Are we going to get art of characters from both visual novels, or are we going to get characters from each visual novel in the universe of the other VN? Uh, so I think it's talking about like how what kind of universe are we putting our characters in for this now?
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see. I see.
Uh, so I think like it's a I don't want to say like a universe because like you know you think about like Raincheck and Cienie like I think Cienie happens the time setting is set in like around 2012 uh 20 while Raincheck is a bit further in the future, right? uh
Yeah,
so
like
so
23x.
23 20 oh okay yeah so but like I think we'll so I guess we just assume that is the 21st century somewhere. And but like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like let's say it's a split timeline, right? So where like for these two characters end up like these two universes end up being in the same like time setting. uh so you definitely see because I don't think like when it comes to range like the kind of like time setting is so far ahead that everything just so foreign for like people like us, like for us, like you guys still have like smartphones and stuff, but at the same time you do see like gadgets and things that are probably not invented, just like James Bond gadgets and stuff. So
Yeah,
but like
I
the sorry, do you want to go
oh
first?
sorry. Oh no, no, I was just gonna say like I think Raincheck is vague enough in the
Mm-hmm.
setting where if we have the characters in a universe or
Mm-hmm.
a collab, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be too odd to see them in a collab. Um,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, I think like yeah, you mentioned that Chinya story set in like 2010,
Mm-hmm.
sometime in the 2010s,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, like uh because of how vague the
Mm-hmm.
setting of Raincheck is, uh it's totally conceivable to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
these characters interact in the
Mm.
2010s as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, the universe, like it is possible for them to be in kind of like the same setting or same universe. Talking about art of characters, yeah, we'll get both art from both visual novels. Definitely there'll be art of them. Like probably I had an idea where Marcus will do something with Ro, uh, in the setting. I talked about with Ro as well about this. So but I haven't started working on it. But yeah, there will be something like similar. So you see like crossover characters doing something together for like the art, the fan arts. All right. Next up, this is from anonymous to Raincheck. Not to be that guy in asterisk, but will we ever see a not safe folk scene with Magnus? Him getting it on with Rowan or Javier sounds hot, especially if Ro were the bottom.
That's crazy.
Are you
uh
open to this or?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
The
Well,
we'll just have to wait and see.
there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's a nice way to put it. Next up, from J, to any or both of us. Without any spoilers, what is the premise of the collab storyline? Will it be fun and lighthearted or tackle heavy themes? And will this collab be available to the public unlike some other visual novels? Oh yeah, we will not put it on a paywall, behind a paywall. We will put it like we will. I think we discussed it. We'll have like an itch.io account for the collab. We'll make a third account or a second now, a third, I guess. And we'll put the whole side story there. Um, and so it won't be under some Patreon paywall. Uh, so you guys, so once and you guys can just support us there. If you guys want to like comment stuff or just make forums on that account, there you guys can like do that. Can interact with those. That I mean, because it's better if we do that because um, you could we could have released it. We would just like give a like, okay, this is the link, and then you guys just share the link around. But like that's we wanted something centralized. I think that's what Ro discussed with me, uh, so that people have like a space to like discuss about the spinoff. Because if we do it like, let's say we give the link to each of us and then the community discuss it like separately on our respective server, then there won't be any like interactions between these two, with our two like community, right? So having like a third space or a third like like each IO site, then you guys can like talk about this freely. uh yeah. Anything else to add, Ro?
uh I guess in terms of the collab storyline, without
Mhm.
any spoilers, there is going to be a mystery and
Okay.
it needs to be solved.
Definitely. Okay. Do you want me to tell like the characters that will be there?
Yeah,
Let's
sure. You
confirm. Okay.
we can tell them like
Mhm.
oh I mean yeah, you can tell them the
Mhm.
characters, although we might change some of them,
Yeah, sure. Yeah. If
but for the most part they should be the same.
mhm. So yeah, I'll tell straight. Like the characters that will appear from Cienie will be Marcus and Tom, the two main protagonists in this spin-off. Uh, you can make decisions. You can kind of, I don't know, I guess, right, if you want to tell them what will appear, which character from Raincheck will appear.
Uh, I know. Okay, Ro is definitely showing up, but I'm currently on the
Mm,
fence if I want to have Theodore
mm,
in or Javier
okay,
or both. I'm not
we'll see.
sure.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see how the because
there we go.
we're still going over the plot. So
Yeah, we'll slide in those characters if we think which ones like makes more sense. All right. Yeah, that's enough. Now, otherwise we'll spoil everything. Whoops.
yeah,
Okay. This is from Koshi. To any or both. Now that we can experience the collaboration in the form of a live stream, oh well, is there a chance that there will be a little Easter eggs between your vision novel and future builds? So basically, it's like saying when we're doing our vision novel build, the future build, will there be like Cienie reference in a train check and vice
what
versa?
is the most common meme in Chenya?
Uh, well, I guess I have to discuss. If you do want like the kind of memes we have, then I guess we have a bit more talk in the DMs if one like ask. 'Cause I
I
can't
can
think of one on the top of my head. There are just too many, or like
okay,
maybe they're
no
just
problem.
yeah.
I can just put like the Chenya meme in Raincheck or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, maybe I'll share you like the kind of memes we have here. Uh, Definitely, I don't know a lot. Like I think it wasn't Koshi, was it? Was it this guy who makes like some skibbity toilet meme of like Chenye? Probably not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I think the memeable character in Chenya is David, the hyena. So maybe I'll share you some David memes there.
Okay, okay. I think
Yeah.
the memeable character in Raincheck is Monty.
Okay. It's a bore. Yeah, they have like kind of like the same vibe. When I look at Monty, like and yeah, right. Monty with an I. Thank you very much. Okay, next from anonymous to Chenye. Hi, I just want to say I love your vision of oh, this is love letter, a fan letter. And my question is roughly how many builds updates are gonna have your vision to be finished, or how long your consider is gonna be. And why Marcus Raymond and Wolf are the best couple? Why are they the best couple? Because you said so, and your opinions are very valid. But speaking of builds and updates, let me see what Armit said. So he said, I think Chenya altogether will have 12 builds, around 12 builds, plus or minus, right? That being said, there might be more depending on how many builds. If you know, if you need to conclude this one nicely, if we find that there may be some things we need to add, like some story we haven't covered, some like things or characters we haven't like explained or like flesh out, then we'll definitely add one or two more builds, right, to kind of make sure that happens. But the ballpark number is around 12 builds. I think that's kind of the average build for like a finished visual novel. I don't know when visual novel finished, how many builds do they have? Like
I don't know,
around.
man. It really depends
Yeah.
on the creator because I know like oh
Mm,
my god, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know Undefeated
yeah.
had like less than 12, like 12 or
Okay.
less.
Yeah, it's a very
Um,
self-contained story as well.
but there's also visual novels
Mm,
everyone knows Adastra. I think Adastra had like
mm,
20 builds,
mm.
and Adastra has like roughly 280,000 words. I might be a
Oof.
bit off the
Yeah.
top of my head, but
Fair.
yeah, 20 builds and 2,800, sorry, two
T-
280,000 words. Yeah,
That's like 28,000 words per build.
yeah, roughly.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, but yeah, we'll yeah, around 12 plus or 12 plus minus. Could be 15, right? You know, if we have like more things to talk about in January. Next up from Arno, to Chenya, a lot of visual novels are set in fictional places or are ambiguous about their setting. Chenya is very clear about being set in Western Poland, which is very like real life or what I know about it, and acknowledges that a lot. Why did you choose to set Chenya in a real world setting? I will let Joe also answer this. I mean, my thoughts after this. But what Armand Sage just said, Cienie is his first big project. He wanted to write something more personal, something he knows, if that makes sense. So setting Cienie in Poland helps to kind of ground the story, right? And I want to tell the ground the story he wants to tell, but gives me enough freedom with writing. So I think it's true with when it comes to like writing. When we worked on Chenya, like we ended up choosing Poland because we're not Americans. Like Amr and I, like I'm Asian, he's Polish, and he wanted to write something which is true to what he wants to like tell. So setting things in America is kind of like doing kind of like a what everyone else is doing. So we want to put ourselves like apart as well. So kind of like, hey, maybe there's not much visual novel set in Poland, so let's try that. And by doing that, we receive a lot of like warm responses from Polish people. I don't know. I feel like Polish people are also excited that they got like a, a visual novel set in Poland. If you look at our server, then there are a lot of like Polish visual novel fans that are just excited about like having Chinese set in wherever they're from. Like they talk about like, oh, Simyevo, I know that place, or like it's very close to where I live. Maybe I don't know. So so yeah, having a real world setting does give you freedom to understand because you don't have to think about whether a place exists or not, and you have to have like to rack your brain and like, oh, whether this is realistic, and then you have the freedom to just talk about characters and talk about like what they do, right, and so on. And that's what I like about Cienie being set in Poland as well. And it is very personal. Also, you do find out like maybe some characters which are not from Poland. For example, Raymond's Malaysian, so we do ground his story by having him being made Malaysian because I'm from Malaysia myself, and having him as a Malaysian who's struggling to find his brother in Poland is something that's like a bit more, yeah, a bit more like grounded, I think. Also the way he speaks or the way he, you know, like what he does also, you know, is based on the cultural stuff that's related to like Malaysia as well. um yeah, I hope that answers it. Thank you very much for this question. I know really enjoyed this question. Next up. This is from anonymous, and to both of it, and it just says no question. Yeah, we have a
Cool.
cool. That's what
Cool.
you wrote as your answer. Like, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I just want to put it out there because you know don't want to leave anything. This is from Joe. uh, People who from Cienie knows who Joe is, and he asked like, "How are you both so awesome at creating things?" You want to answer that first?
No, I have a question. Yeah, how are you so awesome at creating things?
Yeah, it is a mystery, right? Like how are we so good? But like, yeah, like we when I received this kind of compliment, of course, like I just say thank you, but at the same time, like my mind just goes like, uh, the thing about like I do like doubt myself whether I can do it, right? Because I always think to myself, I'm not that good. Because you look at other people and they do a lot more like crazy stuff, like more amazing stuff. Uh, but at the
Yeah,
same
I
time,
get that.
yeah, but at the same time, like having people telling you this also gives you like a realization that hey, everyone has to start from somewhere. And I think if people recognize that this is how far I've come, then I'll take it. You know, I'll you know, this is where I'm at now, and like, this is something I should be like happy about. Yeah. So thank you for this, Joe. We'll try to make more create awesome things as well. All right. Next up, from anonymous to any or both. Raincheck, Cienie crossover when? Like, when is it gonna come
Right
out?
now,
Right
it's
now.
out now, guys.
Well,
Download it. Right, it's
we're do-
already out, guys.
yeah,
Download it.
yeah. This is yeah. Well, technically, we are doing it now, right? We are doing some kind of crossover. Like we're having a Q&A session together. This is a bit of
Yeah.
crossover. A bit of like fourth wall breaking, but you know, we are doing a crossover at the moment, talking about like Cienie and Raincheck all together. Uh, but yeah, honestly, but if you are looking for the side story visual novel, spin-off, we'll release it when it's ready. So we're not gonna say any date because we want to focus on our own main visual novel, but definitely having this kind of like this live stream thing. Uh, this is a bit hard, like quite like involved to set up. But I think if you see, I guess in next time if I do want to do like not live stream, but just want to join, you'll see me interact with the Raincheck server more and more in the coming few weeks because I enjoy having like Raincheck community like just talking about stuff and then also spending time with Chienies as well. Uh, so yeah, if you are on any of our servers, you end up you will see like both of us like kind of hopefully engaging with the server a bit more. But for crossover, no dates yet, and yeah, that's all I have to say. All right, anything you want
Woo!
to add? Is that the last?
Crossover. That's crazy. I think
Crossroad.
that's the last question.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and we finished it in an hour. That's insane. Like, how do we time this?
I have no idea. It's literally 2 minutes per question.
Yeah, 2 minutes per question. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, 1 minute per answer from each of us. Uh,
Yeah.
what else? We'll see what anyone say in top chat. Okay, I read live chat just now. But yeah, I think no one else is asking anything. But yeah, thanks people for reading the for interacting in the live chat as well. There was like some bugs in the beginning, right? I was testing my mic. Thanks for people to just check. And people like oh yeah, people was like confused with the horny questions. Well, I mean that's the fans, right? We don't have any control over what the fans say. Uh,
So true. I should have put some questions in here myself about for Chinya. I
for
should have been
Chinya.
like, yo,
Oh, do you have
how
any question for
gay are
Chinya
they?
though?
1 to 10.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for Chinya? Like apart from
I feel like if I asked them, that would be too
Mhm.
spoilery
Ooh.
to be on
Okay.
stream.
Okay. Maybe then you'll reach out to me in DMs then. Okay. But I think that is all for this stream, and it's been an hour. Thanks to people who's been watching from the beginning or from the middle. Don't worry if people who have not watched this or you guys missed a lot of stuff. Once I stop this recording, it will be it will be saved somewhere. I'll share the video, the recording later on, yeah, and you guys can like rewatch it. Maybe like maybe I'll rewatch it with Armor. Maybe Armor will like cringe and like what I said. And yeah.
Guys, you should check out Chinya if you haven't already. That's
Uh,
teamchinya.itch.io/Chinya.
oh yeah, let's
You
just do
should
some
read it.
promotional stuff. Yeah, read please read Raincheck raincheck.h.io, is that? Oh, it's Red K9, wasn't it? That's your page.
Yeah, it's right. It used to, okay. Funny thing, it used
Right.
to be raincheck.itch.io,
Mhm.
but then I was like, yo, what if I make another project
Oh yeah, it's
that's
coming.
like not related to Raincheck?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, maybe I should just make the page name more generic. So I was like, okay,
Mhm.
I'll just put rad canine.
Mhm. Yeah, so go to redcanine.h.io/raincheck. That will be if you want to read Raincheck, maybe, and also check our. I guess in the video description I'll add like our social medias and stuff. You guys can interact with more of that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming here, Ro. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, we could do it more of this like later when we have more questions.
No problem. Yo,
Okay.
thanks for setting all this shit up,
Oh
dude.
yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't be bothered to do any of this because I'm like,
Same,
dude,
same. What a
this
mood.
this is so this is like I don't have any time to set this stuff
Mhm.
up. So yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate you taking the time to set
yeah.
this up.
I'm glad then. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You guys have a good night, Americans. Have a good morning, Europeans, Africans. Have a good afternoon, Asians and Aussies. Yeah. There we go. Bye bye. Goodbye. I'll stop.
Bye.